Do you like East Asian girls? Many people say we are incredibly cute and gentle, but if you knew our beauty standards, you would absolutely shocked. In a nutshell, the East Asian beauty ideal can be summed up as white, slim, and young. Girls go to great lengths to achieve this standard: fair skin, a slender figure, and a youthful appearance. But why are people so obsessed with these traits? And how does this standard impact the lives and the mental health of young women? The first crazy standard is extremely whitening. In ancient China, we had a saying, "A fair complexion has 100 flaws." Even if your facial features are not particularly beautiful, having pale skin alone could make you a beauty. Fair skin symbolized wealth and the ability to avoid outdoor labor during spring and autumn and warring state periods. Praise for fair skin could already be found in the Book of Songs. For example, 手如柔夷，肤如凝脂 describes a woman's smooth and fair complexion. At that time, the upper-class aristocracy had begun using white powders, such as lead powder, to whiten their skin as display of status and privilege. In the Ming Dynasty, there was even a tale about testing whiteness after removing makeup. It is said that officials selected imperial concubines. They would ask candidates to remove their makeup to confirm if they were naturally fair-skinned. This humorous anecdote reflects the ancient obsession with fair skin. In Japan, there's a similar saying, 色白は質感隠す. During the Heian period, aristocratic women used white powder to enhance their pale complexion, striving for ultimate fairness. In traditional geisha makeup, a pure white face was a core symbol of beauty. While powder was not just a cosmetic, but also a maker of social status and refinement. Similarly, in Korea, there is a saying, 피부가 하얘야 미부가 반이다. During the Joseon dynasty, aristocratic women also used rice powder and white powder to achieve a pale complexion, associating fair skin with elegance and nobility. This is a complete opposite of Western countries, where people there strive for a tan skin in the West often indicates affluence, as it shows someone can afford to spend time relaxing at beaches or holiday resorts. Oh, and let's not forget that ancient Europeans were also obsessed with pale skin, perhaps even more so than Asian women. In modern society, East Asian women's pursuit of fair skin remains intense. People go to great lengths to avoid sun exposure, using sunscreen, sun protective clothing, parasols, and even undergoing whitening injections. Some female celebrities take it even further by using anticoagulants to make their skin appear pale. Anticoagulants are substances used in medicine to prevent blood clotting and thrombosis. Taking such drugs can result in unnaturally pale skin, but it also comes with serious side effects, such as an inability for blood to clot properly, leading to easy bruising from even minor bumps or scrapes. The second standard is skinny. Emperor Cheng of Han's favorite concubine, Zhao Feiyan, was renowned for her light and slender figure, with legends claiming she could dance gracefully on the palm of a hand. There was even a popular saying that her body was so delicate and slim that it seemed as though a gust of wind could blow her away as she walked. In modern East Asian culture, the extreme pursuit of thinness is deeply ingrained, with the belief that thin equals beauty firmly rooted in people's minds. A phrase we often hear is, every overweight person is a potential star, implying that being overweight is unattractive or not beautiful. This underlying message is that once you lose weight, you will undergo a stunning transformation. Today, many body challenges have emerged, such as the reverse hand belly button challenge and the A4 waist, where your waist veins shouldn't exist with an A4 paper, red ankle shoulders, collarbone coin challenges, and the iPhone likes challenge. All these trends send the same message: you must be thin. Being overweight equals unattractiveness. The very famous K-pop group Blackpink's member Rose has taken this ideal to the extreme, reported that slimming down to just 35 kilograms to look more beautiful on camera. And shockingly, people on online forums have even asked who is the heaviest member of Blackpink. The third standard is young. East Asians take pride in looking younger, and in recent years, a popular beauty trend has emerged called the youthful face aesthetic, also referred to as the baby look aesthetic. This standard emphasizes features such as a smaller face, bigger and rounder eyes, evoking the innocent look of a baby or a kitten. As a result, double eyelid surgery has become one of the most common cosmetic procedures, and many women use makeup techniques to make their eyes appear larger and rounder. Even their way of speaking often becomes softer and more delicate to match this aesthetic. In Japan, there is a similar term, more girls, which describes this youthful and adorable charm. You might have seen certain influencers who embody this style, always emphasizing how cute they are, claiming to be perpetually 18 years old, wearing exaggerated makeup, and speaking in a high-pitched voice. These are all hallmarks of the youthful beauty ideal. So, why these beauty standards exist? The first aspect we will come to historical and class influences. The preference for white skin is tied to notions of purity and cleanliness, symbolizing an idealized image of femininity. And over time, being slim has come to represent self-display, reflecting modern ideals of body control. However, this expectation often exacerbates women's anxiety about their appearance, particularly as their bodies are excessively objectified. The pursuit of a youthful look may have biological roots in a perceived instinct to protect the young. However, this aesthetic also serves as a subtle form of repression against women's maturity and strength. The preference for youthful appearance makes it harder for women to break free from the stereotype of being seen as someone who needs care or is not capable of standing on her own. The second reason is male gaze and power inequality. The beauty standard is largely rooted in the concept of the male gaze. Women's appearances are shaped to cater to male aesthetic preferences, with white, slim, youthful ideal projecting an image of fragility and harmlessness. This aesthetic portrays women as delicate beings needing protection, rather than as independent and autonomous individuals. This phenomenon is closely tied to power structures. Historically, society's expectations of women have emphasized obedience, docility, and submission. And these expectations were reinforced through physical appearance, further solidifying gender role stereotypes. The ideal of delicate beauty starkly undermines women's sense of strength and independence. What do these beauty standards affect women? First is external validation of self-worth. In order to align with the beauty standard, many women wrap themselves in the cloak of perfectionism. They spend hours editing pictures before posting them on social media. And some even go as far as undergoing cosmetic procedures because of the pressure of external judgment. Tragically, some women have suffered disfigurement or even lost their lives due to the extremes of aesthetic treatments. Women may begin to tie their self-worth to external validation, especially in terms of appearance. Because society at large reveres the white and useful ideal, they may feel that only by meeting this standard can they receive recognition and affection. This societal emphasis on physical appearance creates a false belief that beauty alone can bring them everything. The second one is self-anxiety and body image issues. When the perfect appearance becomes the ultimate goal, women often fixate excessively on their physical traits, especially their body shape, skin, and face. This intense focus can lead to anxiety and may trigger body image issues such as eating disorders, excessive dieting, or other unhealthy methods of body control. In places like South Korea and Japan, the cosmetic surgery industry is highly developed, with sore streets lined with clinics and olive young stores, chains selling skincare and makeup products. Some even come to these countries on medical tourism visas, specifically for cosmetic surgery, seeking for a new face. The pursuit of beauty, while seemingly harmless, can significantly impact mental health and self-esteem. The third is suppression of personality and independence. This beauty standard often communicates the message that women should embody gentleness and fragility, needing to be protected, rather than being independent, strong, or confident. This cultural norm pressures girls to remain confined within traditional weak roles, stifling their ability to express individuality and pursue independence. They may feel unworthy of power, afraid to assert strong emotions or positions. As a result, many young women feel flattened, their personalities simplified. Girls who don't conform to this aesthetic, those with darker skins or taller builds, may experience deep feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. The fourth is reinforcement of gender roles. This widespread glorification of the white, slim, and useful ideal reinforces traditional gender stereotypes. From a young age, girls are taught that beauty is inseparably linked to being docile and obedient. This cultural standard places women in a vulnerable position, making it difficult for them to break free from dependence on male or societal approval. It fosters a power imbalance, allowing men to more easily control women. The last one is very horrible: invisible competition among women. Society's beauty standards also foster an invisible pressure and competition among women. This desire to be whiter and slimmer is not just driven by male expectations, but is also widely endorsed within the female community as a benchmark for beauty. This creates an environment of female competition where women inadvertently impose these beauty standards on each other. There is a silent rivalry, one where women subconsciously measure themselves and each other by how closely they adhere to these standards. So, what should we do? 1. Promoting diverse standards of beauty. Medium and culture need to embrace more diverse definitions of beauty, moving away from the narrow confines of the white, slim, and useful ideal as the sole measures of the women's worth. 2. Emphasizing inner strength. A woman's value should not be confined to her appearance. It is essential to highlight qualities such as intelligence, individuality, and capability. 3. Education and reflection. Both women and men must reflect on and question these internalized standards, understanding the societal mechanisms behind them. By doing so, we can shift away from narrow definitions of beauty and gender and work towards more inclusive and empowering perceptions of self-worth.